So, Steve, I really appreciate that you jump to this interview. I hope that we make very, very productive discussion. So my first question will be, you are studying philosophy in the university, but now you're an entrepreneur. What's happened? Why you decided to go to entrepreneurship? So tell please more about how it's happened.
Sure. So I can understand someone looking at my biography may think that I started studying one thing and then ended up an entrepreneur, but the reality is I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. So when I was a kid, I had a newspaper route. I would sell newspapers. I would shovel snow off of driveways. I would mow people's lawns. I would wash their cars. I always had some sort of business to raise money for myself. When I went to UCLA, when I went to school, I always worked, put myself through school. And even after that, when I studied to be an eye doctor, it was always because I wanted to run my own business as an eye doctor, which is what I did. So I started my own business. So I've always worked for myself. For 40 years, I've worked for myself in one form or another, whether it was in my own practice or whether it was individually owning real estate or whether it's this company and being the CEO of this company. So it's been one long continuous entrepreneur journey for me.
Okay, got it. And when you were a student, you already have some mind to create Encore, or you were in other business?
No, it was a different business. I had no idea about Anchor or even involving myself in real estate when I was a student. It wasn't until I became a doctor and I started buying real estate that I saw that real estate was a better opportunity and way more interesting than doing what I was actually trained for. So I ended up doing real estate and then Anchor.
Okay, got it. And Steve, tell us a bit more about the main idea of Encore Loans.
So Anchor Loans was formed 21 years ago, and it was a sole purpose, single idea company, and that was only to lend to business people who are going to be buying real estate, mostly houses, to fix up and resell, right? Which is now called the United States the fix and flip industry. When we first started doing it, it was called the rehab and resell industry. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was. So it was formed only to lend to businesses, not to lend on cars or lend to homeowners to move into their own house. It was only for businesses to buy, fix up a house, and then sell it. And that's pretty much all we've been doing for the last 21 years. That's still what we're doing. We're the largest in the U.S. now, and in lending to the most amount of dollars across the United States. We're in 46 of the 50 United States, soon to be in the other 4. So we're across the whole nation.
But you focus only on financial part, or you also doing repair?
We focus only on the financial part. Now we have done some repairs in the past. Mm-hmm. We've bought properties ourselves, especially after the economic downturn of 2008 and 2009. In 2010 and 11, we bought over 1,000 properties. We fixed them up and we sold them, which was a nice little side business, if you will. But it's not our main business. Our main business is the lending business.
Okay, got it. And what is your company philosophy?
So our philosophy is one where we think about the long term. We're not concerned about doing one loan or making money in 1 month or even in 1 year. We want our business to be here for many, many years, which is why we did so well in 2008 and 9 compared to other companies, because we kind of saw the downturn coming and prepared for it. And we scaled our business back in 2006 and 2007, preparing for an economic downturn. Mm-hmm. And we weathered that very well. And so we think about things on a long-term basis over a number of years. We think about building long-term relationships with people, with our borrowers, with our clients. We feel as though we have a relationship with them. We're not just selling them something. We're not just giving them money on a one-time basis. Most of our borrowers come back to us repeatedly to use us for new projects over and over and over again. So we have 6 core philosophies, 6 core tenets, if you will, for our business that we operate by, and that's teamwork, innovation, customer service, integrity, accountability, and excellence. And all those things, when you add up, it's just we want to operate in a way that we're proud to operate in. That's just who we are as a company.
Okay, guys, thanks. And I don't scare this word, but Encore is the industry leader now. And what is secret sauce? Is it because you're more than 20 years in this business, or something else, or how?
So I don't know if there is a secret sauce. It's a lot of work, obviously, as you know, as in any entrepreneur, and no matter what your business is, it's a lot of work. It always ends up looking easier than it is, but it's not. You have to do the work. You have to do the study. You have to do the background. And so our secret, if there's really a secret to success, is that we build good relationships with our borrowers. We communicate well with our borrowers. We know that lending money has risk in it. That's why sometimes a borrower can't pay you back. It happens. We try to communicate as much as possible with our borrowers. We try to be a team member to our borrowers. So if we can make sure our borrowers are succeeding, then we'll do better, because we'll end up with less loans, with less problems, because they're doing better. So our secret is to provide really good customer experience, help them as much as we can, try to think of them as a member of our team, and if they have a problem, try to solve their problem and bring value to them. So where we bring value, whether it's helping them with paperwork, or whether it's closing fast, or whether it's the cost of the money that we give to them, wherever our value is we can bring to them, that's really what's helped us build as a business, because we deliver what we say, and we are somebody that people can count on. If we promise to do a loan, we do a loan. We don't change our mind or charge them more at the last minute, or no tricks. We just operate just like we want to be treated, the golden rule, right?
Yeah, I think I got new lozenge for my company. We deliver what we say. Very good phrase.
But yeah, very important, right?
Yeah, it should be in each office under the door.
Yeah, under promise and over deliver.
Yeah, sure, totally agree. Steve, have you ever used some investment, or maybe you even use it now?
You mean private investors? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, like a private equity, like some seed round, whatever, Series A, Series B.
So yes, we've done bond offerings. We did a private bond offering. We have some credit facilities with some large banks from here, and we do have a partnership with a large private equity fund that's based out of New York that's helped us grow and scale to the size we are. So yes, we have investors. I'm not the only owner. There's some other owners as well, and we try to use everybody's investment, their knowledge and whatnot to build something bigger than each one of us individually.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Steve, what is the biggest problem was from the beginning? What was the hardest for you?
So the hardest problem was growing, especially in a new business that I hadn't run before. So we actually got to a point where we were growing faster than we were capable of handling. We had more business than we knew what to do with, which sounds like a nice problem. But when you're lending money, that just means you don't have enough money to lend out when you had more problems. So our biggest problem was to manage our own internal growth and do it in a way that was good for the business, continue to grow at a good pace without overgrowing and then having everything break down where you don't have enough people, you don't have enough processes in place, you don't have enough resources. So that was our biggest problem at the beginning. And I'm not saying that we did well to handle it. I think we could, with the knowledge I have today, if I had to go back, I'd do better. But I think we did pretty well knowing what we knew.
What about competitors? Was it a problem when you started, or no, you don't care about it?
I don't know if it was a problem, but that it was always there. It was always part of the marketplace. But because we had all the business we could handle, it wasn't a problem for us. Now it's, there's way more competitors and in the market than in terms of that scale and that size than there has ever been, and so it's just a different just a different landmine you have to navigate against, and be careful of and handle it the right way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. Steve, I followed your Instagram account at
okay, good.
Thanks. And I see that you do a lot of efforts for improve your own brand your company. How is it important for your opinion improve brand?
It's very important. I think that any young entrepreneur should start as soon as possible putting out as much content. We live in a digital age right now, as we know. Right? You and I are half a world away, and we're talking to each other right now, right? All because of technology and digital capabilities. And any entrepreneur, whether they are one day into a new business or 1 year or 10 years, if they haven't done it, they should start right away and start building their brand. The nice thing is that you don't have to hire an expensive marketing company to do this for you. It's 10 times easier than it was 20 years ago. You do it through Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter or with emails or with blogs. You write a blog, right? All that's very, very important. And it tells the world who you are. It tells them, I'm somebody, I'm a company, I'm an individual you can trust. This is here's my philosophy, here's what I'm all about. And it helps people overcome that hesitancy for engaging with you or buying from you or hiring you, because they know who you are before they ever even talk to you. So I think it's critically important. If you're not doing it, anybody not doing it and has a business, they're making a big mistake. I don't care what kind of business they have. If you're a dentist or you're a construction company or you're a SaaS provider, you have to build your brand. Important.
Yeah, I totally agree with it. And as I mentioned before, I do a lot of stuff for SaaS, for young entrepreneurs, and I all time faced with this issue that a lot of young entrepreneurs don't care about brand, don't care about philosophy and explain this philosophy to all world. And it's really a huge issue.
Yeah, they're missing out.
Yeah. Do you use some other channels instead of Instagram, or Instagram it's enough?
No, we use Facebook, we use LinkedIn. Right now, our biggest two channels right now are probably Instagram and LinkedIn, but we do Facebook as well. We do Twitter as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our own blog on our website. We have a website that we are constantly updating and providing new information. Yes.
Okay, got it. I read that your revenue last year was almost $130 million. And what is your aims for next year, for 2020?
More. Like to do more? Yeah. We don't have a number on that. We just we just try to keep growing our business, and with growth comes the results. So we don't look at it like we need to do a certain amount of revenue in order to be successful. We just keep growing the business, and the revenue comes with that. So, if we end up at 150 million, I'd be happy. But as long as we're doing good business, I'm happy anyway.
Okay, got it, Steve. And my last question, few words for a young entrepreneur. What they should do, what they shouldn't do, instead of improve branding.
Yeah. So any young entrepreneur, no matter what your idea is, whatever your business is, you're either starting a business that other people have already done before, or if you happen to have an idea that nobody's ever done, you're still starting business, and everybody who has been in business have the same problems, the same issues, the same concerns, whether it's employees, whether it's marketing, whether it's a B2B business or a B2C business, whatever it is. So what too many young entrepreneurs don't take advantage of is learning from people who have gone before, whether it's in their business or not even, whether it's not even in their business, but they're just business people. So finding someone they could ask questions, or finding a group of people they could ask questions from, or read or learn. The more you learn, the faster you'll be able to grow your business, the less mistakes you'll make in your business. There's no reason that, I mean, somebody a long time ago invented the wheel. So when we become a 6-year-old and we want a bicycle, we don't have to invent the wheel again. We already know it's already there, right? You start a business. The business has been started by thousands and thousands of people. Find somebody who has done it before, who's done it well. Use them. Too many people just, their ego won't let them ask the question. And what will end up happening, you'll make a mistake that somebody already made before. You could have avoided it by just asking that question. So that's the biggest thing is talk to people, get a network around you, get a team around you to help you. Get a good legal team, or accounting or finance team, or just business team, right? Or it's just, even it's just a group of young people in a room all asking the same questions. Hey, my business, this came up, what do you do? Well, here's what I do. Okay, well, here's what I do. And then you find a way to solve a problem before you ever have the problem, right? Now, that's not to say you won't have problems. Everybody's going to have problems all the time, but you want to have as little as possible. So use other people as resources, and buy some books. Right? With Amazon, you can buy just a book about just about anything and learn things. Right? How to write a blog, how to brand, how to go B2C. So that's my number one piece of advice. Find a mentor, find a group, learn.
Okay, thanks, Steve, for this amazing discussion. It seems like I don't have more questions.
All right.
I really appreciate for your time to speak to me.